Hello everyone and welcome to the inaugural edition of Books and Banter, your Medina Library's video blog on what the experts are reading. My name is Lucius. I'm coming to you from the Medina Library, the 1907 room. This is like old school Medina Library on a beautiful, hot day here in tropical Medina. I'm very happy to be here, very excited to unveil this new program for you, Books and Banter. And the name really says it all. That's what it is. I'm going to be talking about books that I'm reading, I'm interested in, other little side notes here and there. And I just want to have a conversation with you, our members. And that's really what this is all about, a way for us to communicate, a new way for us to communicate with all of our wonderful members here in the Medina County District Library service area and beyond. So sit back and enjoy. Here we go. The book I'm going to talk about today is Room by Emma Donoghue. Emma Donoghue is an Irish author. She lives in Canada, has been there for a while. She's been around for a while. She has about a dozen books or so. And actually she's got a new one coming out real soon, a short story collection. But I wanted to start with this book because it's a little bit quirky, kind of like this show is probably going to be. Room is, in its essence, it's about Jack. And Jack's a 5-year-old boy that's been born in captivity. His mother was kidnapped, and she's been held in Room, a very small room. It's a kind of like an outdoor garden building, but she's been in captivity. She's had Jack in captivity there. So Jack, as a 5-year-old, that's all he knows is Room, and it's very interesting his worldview on it. Where we would say this is a pen or this is a coffee mug. He would just say pen or coffee mug. He sees things on TV and he doesn't really realize that it's actors and sets. He sees things on TV and thinks, sees an ocean and thinks there's an ocean world out there completely separate from his own. And that's why I really like this book. I think what's really riveting about it is just that seeing this worldview from a 5-year-old boy. I actually listened to the book. Narrated by a whole bunch of people I didn't even realize. Michael Friedman, Ellen Archer, Suzanne Torn, Robert Petkoff. So it's a little bit freaky at first because you hear Jack being presented as a 5-year with a 5-year-old boy's voice. It's a little bit freaky. It took me a little bit to get past. By the way, on a side note, folks, for you guys folks in the industry that are doing books on CD, look at the two covers. I mean, Room, bright, colorful, national bestseller Room, really attractive. And this guy, Room, Emma Donoghue, narrated by a bunch of people. We don't really care. We're just throwing it out there. So just as a side note, folks, curb appeal, people. Make something that I'm going to display and have people see it and say, hey, I want to take this out. I want to check this out. It's just a side note. So I don't want to give too much away about Room here. What happens is that Ma decides that, hey, it's time to get out of here. So she starts planning the whole escape and whatnot. And again, the interesting part is if you've been around kids and you see them grow up, for example, you tell kids when they're very, very young that you send them outside, you start teaching them the difference between like the sidewalk and the road. And when the little kids are just out there running around everywhere, and you got to really, kind of play goalkeeper and kick them back into play all the time. But as they get older, they understand sidewalk is a safe place to be, road is not a safe place to be. So, that's just an example. So when Ma is talking like the escape plan over with Jack, that's a good example. What happens throughout this book is that, well, he's a 5-year-old, he doesn't know anything about this outside world. She's trying to explain, hey, you got to get out and run on the sidewalk. Well, he doesn't know what a sidewalk is. When you see kids kind of grow up and they learn these things, it's thrust at him all at once, and it happens over and over in the book, and that's why I think it's very, very interesting. It's not for everyone. I'm not going to get this book into everyone's hands. It's one that I picked up, put down, but I'm really glad I invested the time to, in my case, listen to it. Very interesting book. Again, very quirky, if you're going to have a little drink with this, have kind of those odd wines. Like the 2 Vines by Columbia Crest. You can get about $6.99 in your local grocery store. You want to upgrade a little bit, go with a Côte d'Aron, the White Belarus by M. Chapoutier, like a Roussan or Marsanne, one of those spicy, odd, hard to define wines. It'll go great with kind of a hard to define book, doesn't fit in any genre. A couple things I'm reading right now. I'm getting close to finishing with Robert Dugone's newest book, The Conviction. For anyone that hasn't read him, he is a lawyer. David Sloan's the character. Not like a Grisham where there's a lot of courtroom action. It is in there, but it's more of a detective story. Kind of more like a Michael Connelly, one of my favorite authors, so that's very good. I'm listening to Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Interesting, I might talk about it in a future episode. I'm listening to it though on a playaway. If you've never seen this, isn't the Hunger Games, but we have these wonderful little playaways here in all of our library branches. As you can see, it's about the size of maybe like an iPod Touch, an MP3 player. Pop a AAA battery in, your headphones in, and you're good to go. So that's very interesting. A couple other quirky, because this show's quirky, seems to be the theme is quirky. First one I watched, Therefore I Am, by Gregory Bergman and Peter Archer. It takes philosophy from the beginning of time to current philosophers and puts them in context of TV characters. Homer Simpson, Archie Bunker. Very interesting for any of you liberal arts folks out there that had to sit through philosophy classes. This kind of brings it back into focus. Another one, Howard Zinn, being an election season, The Historic Unfulfilled Promise. Again, just kind of his writings and whatnot works. Interesting. It's kind of dry at times, but still pretty good. A couple little things. Library, this is a little library commercial for you. Library Live, pick it up at any of the libraries. Look for it online. A couple really good programs coming up. Of course, summer readings going on through August 11th. All kinds of great prizes. We have the Alternative Health Fair here in Medina on Saturday, June 30th. We have an adult board gaming retreat. Think about strategy games on steroids with the Board Gamers United. These guys are serious. It's an after-hours program, 5:30 to 10 on Saturday, July 7th. Pizza, all kinds of good stuff, so check that out. Our Brunswick branch, Nature in Your Backyard series, the first one coming up on Tuesday, July 10th. But there's a series that they're partnering with the Parks District for. Finally, last but not least, the Bee Fest here in Medina, in honor of the Bee Fest. Here is this is a Chia Lincoln. This is my bee hat. My Chia Lincoln here. Bee Fest, July 14th. All kinds of great stuff going on. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this edition. Please, we want to hear your feedback. Do you like the episode? Do you like the show? Do you not like it? Do you like the format? Have you read Room? I don't know where it's at now. Here we go. Have you read Room? If so, what'd you think about it? Get that conversation going. What kind of books are you reading? What's a really good title you've had lately? But that's what this is all about. This is for you. We want to talk books because that's really what we do here in Medina Library. So thank you for joining us. I look forward to being on your computer screen many times in the future. Please let us know what you think. Have a wonderful day.